I run ships up and down the Hudson River. So I do this professionally. So that's why we're pretty passionate about it. All right, Neil, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you doing, Sam?
Good. It's always nice to see you, bud.
Yeah, you too. So we're gonna sign up for Diamond Marine right now.
I'm here for it. You want to share your
Let's.
screen?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna open a new tab and I'll just Diamond Marine Services. Go.
There you go. So this will bring you to our main page here, and you could kind of see what we do. You could, take a look around. You could see reviews. Everything happens through a secure portal, Neil, because there's a lot of sensitive
Cool.
information that has to change hands. So the
Yeah.
best way to do that is to hit the login button, and you'll register as a
Boom.
user on our website. Right, the first spot right there says not registered yet.
All right.
Once
Click
you're
here.
registered, you'll have a secure account here, and we'll build out a custom roadmap for you, and we'll start helping you every step of the way. But you got your name, address, date of birth, phone number, all your medical information is going to be exchanged here. We're preparing like a 50-page application, man. So
Right.
you don't want this stuff on email. You don't want this stuff, texted where it's going to be all blurry. This is a really nice professional way to make this easy to get you that stuff and have you get it back to us, more importantly. So go ahead and hit register now.
Okay. I got all my stuff, name, phone.
Yep.
Email.
If you're going for an original license, Neil, you don't have a Mariner number yet. That's for people who already have a license, so you could ignore that.
Okay.
So you get on this landing page. The most important thing for us is that start form, right? That gets us all the data we need to pre-fill your forms. Yeah, what are you going for?
Yeah. A lot of people, they call me and they say, I want an OUPV, but if you qualify for an OUPV, you qualify for a master. So
yeah, we always try to go for the highest license that your sea time will allow. And
so Master 100 is probably going to be pretty close.
Yep. And then if we need to, if you have a discussion, we'll have a conversation with you about inland or coastal, 25 ton, 50 ton, 100 ton, all that.
Yeah. Okay. So now I fill out my first, middle, Smith, aliases. No. Do you currently hold a Mariner credential? I'm going to say no.
That's fine.
Just for the sake of saying no.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to need a security number, 1, 2, 3.
Yep. 2. And a lot of people ask, why do you need your social security number? Because until you have a Mariner reference number, all your forms are going to be identified and tied to you, the applicant, with your social security number. Unfortunately, that's how the Coast Guard does it. That's why we need it.
Right. This thing is federal.
Yep.
Date of birth, 4/2/1982. Where did my hair go? Okay.
Yep.
My gender is male.
Okay.
Good.
And then we just keep filling this thing out. And you can't screw this up. If you miss something, it's going to ask you again to go back and fill that out.
And you guys can always change it, right?
We can, yeah. If there's an error here and we find it later, we can always adjust it. You could always just let us know via phone call, text, email that you need to tweak your start form, and you can actually tweak it once you are done through your Mariner portal. But this is certainly not permanent, but this gets us what we need to get all your forms filled out. So this is your actual physical address. The Coast Guard does not. The Coast Guard needs an actual physical address. You can't do a PO box. You could deliver it to a PO box, but you need to have some physical address. And if you live in a marina, sometimes people, live, not in an actual physical address. Give us a shout and we'll talk about it. We'll figure something out.
Is this where you want your credential mailed? Okay, so yes, it's mailed up top. Do you wish to include next of kin? Sure, I'll just put my wife. Good, it's not mandatory, it looks like.
No, that's optional. And, if you want next of kin, we would actually hook up with you and get that information later.
Are you currently enrolled in a USCG approved random drug testing? No. Cool. Have you ever been?
So I'll let you read these, Neil, but the bottom line with all of these questions, as you read them, I'll just speak about this quickly. A lot of people get worried about this section. If you have any issues, just answer these questions. If you answer yes to them, we'll have a conversation with you about that. And before we get too far, that's why it's good to talk to a credentialed professional before you buy a course, because certain crimes do, will hold you up. And if you're wondering about that, give us a shout, let us know. But we're not going to submit something that's going to obviously be flagged or going to be an issue.
Right.
Also, if you had a crime that was 20 years ago and it was expunged, the Coast Guard will still see that. This is a military level, FBI level background check. It will show up, and we just need to
Yeah.
disclose it. We have to answer the questions. Most crimes that are 20 years ago will not preclude you from having this privilege to be a captain. But we need to answer the question properly.
Gotcha. So this one right here, if we were hypothetically, let's say I don't have any DUIs, but let's say I do. Hypothetically, if I answered yes to this one, this is a common one. Like, yeah, I've had a DUI in the
Yeah, I had a
past.
DUI 10 years ago. So answer the follow-up question. No, this is new information for the Coast Guard. And through
Right.
your roadmap in your Mariner portal, we will include a special form called the conviction statement, and we'll help you fill that out and get that moving.
Okay, perfect. So all these, if I don't answer all these questions perfect, give it my best try. You and your team are going to go through these with me in the long run and make sure everything's good.
Exactly.
So this one is no, this one's no. If you can answer no to all of these, it's great, but answer honestly. And if you do answer yes, it's dealt with.
Yes,
So
exactly.
now review. Okay,
Yep.
so here's a review of everything I just entered.
Yeah, what we find is a lot of, these websites remember the last form you filled out, and they might put something in there that's not right. They might put in your spouse's information, or just a different address by accident that you used to
Right.
ship an Amazon box somewhere, and for
Or
some
like
reason that address
today's
showed up.
date instead of your date of birth.
Yep, today's date,
Okay,
date of birth happens. So if everything looks good and you
it
didn't
looks
mess
good.
up, you didn't fat finger a phone number or your social or something, you can hit submit.
Okay. Okay, so now have you paid yet? I have not paid.
Okay,
Is this the
so
point where we
you
purchased
can
it?
go to the payment page now. If you aren't sure about payment, you can return to the portal and call us, and we can start setting stuff up for you, or guide
Okay.
you from there. But this is our main landing page for any services we provide. Right? We have a
Okay.
tour program that's a little more for professional mariners, and here we go
Right.
into the credentialing service, and you read there right there, tier 3. Any mariner using our service for the first time is a tier 3 service. In the future, you could see future applications to upgrade, renew, modify, is certainly less. But we would
Yeah.
go ahead in this case, hit the 325 button. Then there's a
So
follow-up question here.
yeah, just to summarize, this tier 3, this is like the first time you've used Diamond Marine Services. You're not in the system. You just got in there. Whereas tier 2, you're a returning customer. You have a relationship. You're in the portal. There's already
Yep,
paperwork filed for you for another transaction.
that's right. That's right.
So right now we're coming in fresh. Tier
Coming in
3,
fresh.
original license,
Yep.
going hopefully for a master's. Tier
And that
3B.
tier 3A versus tier 3B just changed with the Coast Guard charges. Our fee doesn't change. And
Okay, gotcha.
so now you get to 4 options. Our fee, what our team gets, is 325. The other fees are there to basically make the rest of this process easy. So if you weren't going to use our service, and Neil, you could start adding stuff in here
So
if you
I'll
want, but
add that to cart. And then the USCG fees. This is like pay.gov, right?
it's pay.gov. So our team will use our account. We'll go to pay.gov. We'll use, all your information. We'll do your fees proper. We'll include that receipt right in your application, right where it belongs, and you don't even have to do anything.
Okay, so down here I can see you disclose it's $100 USCG fee for issuance, 45 pay.gov, and then a $20 processing fee, and that's just
Yep.
convenience. You guys getting all the fees just right. Because
Yep.
there's
And
a
if you
lot
make
of
a
drop
mistake
downs
with
on pay.gov.
pay.gov, is time consuming, annoying. You'll spend more time than it's worth. And if you
Right.
make a mistake, it's very hard to get a refund from pay.gov. And if the payment's wrong, you're gonna have a delay with your application.
Right. So add this to cart. And then the drug test. Yeah, this was a question before, I met you and we started, working together quite a bit.
Yeah.
This drug test, people call me and it was a very simple question. It was right to the point. It was a great question. They said, "What about my drug test?" And I just
Yeah.
stumbled on this super rudimentary question, this
Yeah.
fundamental question.
It's an
So
easy
you guys
question, but the
order this.
Coast Guard doesn't make anything easy, right? This is a federal level drug test. even if you're
Right.
like a volunteer firefighter or or an air marshal, you're in a federal program, the Coast Guard still wants a USCG drug test. The sample has to be tested in a federal lab. We need the signature from the medical review officer and their license number. There's only 17 labs in the country where this sample can actually be
Right.
tested and be approved. Plus, if it's not a Coast Guard drug test, if you fail and the Coast Guard's not notified, they're not going to accept that drug test. So if you
Right.
work for the San Bernardino city school bus system and you get drug tested, if you fail that drug test and the Coast Guard's not going to be notified, they're not going to accept that system. So it has to be U.S. Coast Guard drug test.
Right. Wait, and I would run into the problem for my renewals. I'd go in there and I'd say, I need a drug test. And they said, who's drug testing you? And I said, I'm drug testing
Yep.
myself. And they said, that doesn't make sense. Who's drug
Yep.
testing you? And what's the chain of custody?
They want the order form and a barcode.
Yeah.
The folks in the lab, they just want to scan the barcode, and that's what this does. And if you go into the lab and you need a Coast Guard drug test, it's going to be about $99. There's nothing. We're not hiding anything here. We're not.
Right.
This is just to have our team use your information, order a lab, a lab order close to home. We'll send you your order right through your Mariner portal. They'll
Right.
scan the barcode, and we get the results 2 or 3 business days later, and it's done.
This is the process I went through with my last renewal. And for I think I just did my AB Unlimited with you, or the
Yep.
increase in scope. One of those needed a drug test. You sent it to me. I took it in. They scanned it. It was awesome. It was good for 6 months. The
Yep.
drug test form,
Yep.
like I could use it into the
You can
future.
go anytime you want. It doesn't. You don't
Yeah.
have to go anytime you want. So
So we'll add this to the cart. Cool. And then we got this last part, express shipping and tracking. This is not making the Coast Guard go faster, is it? This is like,
no, once your credential is fully approved, printed, and mailed out, this is going to have it mailed out overnight with a tracking number, as opposed to just going snail mail and hoping that it arrives. I think this is far too important to trust the USPS system, which is good. But we've one or two credentials a year that we help prepare are lost if they don't go with this option.
right.
So it's just nice to just keep an eye on it once it
Almost
leaves
like
the building.
it's like insurance for postage.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just peace
Add
of
that.
mind.
So this is just like full. I just did everything
Yep.
that I could possibly do.
Yep. Now, while you put your payment information, I'll just speak
Yeah.
basically. Once you create a portal, once you create an account, right? Our team gets notified once you do the payment. We can start building things out. I would say the first few hours, you have to give our team 1 or 2 hours just to see that the account is live and build things out. Everything is custom, right? Our system,
Yeah.
it's tailored to you and your needs and your application. As we get to know you, we can build stuff in, we can take stuff out. We're always available by text, phone call, email. If you call and miss us, you could leave a voicemail and we get
Mhm.
get that information. So now, once you did the successful purchase, our team
Yeah.
gets notified, and that
Cool.
allows us to make a roadmap for you here. So why don't you go back to that Diamond Marine Services tab,
Mm-hmm.
and you see on the top in the menu, you see portal. That's going to be
Yeah.
a really important place for you. That's where
Right.
you're going to see
That's
what
where I
we are
live.
asking from you and what we do. So we're going to pretend that your portal was built out, but we just got the notification you just paid. So what we're
Yeah.
going to do is mark that off, and we see your start form. So go ahead, Neil, hit the refresh. It's an arrow right just
Right up here,
above.
right on the page. So
Yep.
you could use this arrow or really this arrow. Cool. I'll use
Either one.
yours.
Either one. So now
Boom.
you can start to see feedback from our team, right? There's no AI here. It's manual.
Right. So
There's
things
real
might not
humans looking at
happen
everything.
like it might not happen like as you push the button and refresh. But if
Yep.
I do upload something like this oath notarization, I can upload things on the portal here,
Yeah,
right?
let me just speak real briefly on these. Any
Yeah.
red light that this is what we're asking from you,
Yeah.
okay? In the middle is information. Each one of those is customized for you. And then on the right is a chance to get us that info back to us, okay?
So like
So we
this.
could, yeah,
Upload oath. And then
yeah,
I
so,
can choose my oath.
yep,
Oh, look at that. I have one. Open. Upload. Oh, it's yellow.
yep. So that just shows you, gives you some feedback that something was received. It gives our team a chance to check it. We get notified that Neil just uploaded his oath, or we can go in, take a look at it. If it's good to go, we will decide that it's good to go, and then go ahead and hit refresh.
Okay, so you
You
guys just
obviously,
looked
yep,
at it and
we
you
looked
said it
at
was
it.
good. I refresh,
Yep,
boom, it's green.
right. And if it wasn't good, we would make it red and then let you know what was wrong with that form. So basically, everything here, we're going to dot the I's, we're going to cross the T's, we're going to physically look at every single piece of information here. So go ahead and click See Service Reviewed, click for more information into there, and you'll just get an idea of the details we provide. We're going to lay everything
Okay.
out based on what you put in your start form. You
Um,
put Master 100. So based
yeah,
on
and
that, we're going to build this out.
these are the cool samples you came up with. So if you want to see an example, you hit that information, click here, and this is like for a recreational boater.
Yeah, and this is an example if you're the owner, right? This is not your form, but this shows you how to fill it out. It's 2 pages, and a lot of people get confused on the second page. If you're
Yeah,
the owner, what do I do? And this kind of lays everything out for you as a guide. And if you go
yeah,
back to that DMS portal,
yep,
you'll see that we offer you a blank form to download, and then
cool. Hey,
yep.
this is expired, Sam.
Yeah, all 719B forms right now are expired. It's the latest and greatest version. They are way behind, on getting the new series of forms out. So this is the one that's still the latest and greatest. These federal forms need an expiration date on them. Even
Yeah.
they have to have an expiration date. It's just how our government
You know,
works.
you know
So
what's funny is this is can be how your process starts. You get the medical form, you go to your doctor and
yep,
try to get him to fill it out. He's confused and he looks at the expiration, says, "This form's expired. I don't know about this." And that's
right.
like the beginning of your
I,
journey.
I
And
can't touch it. Meanwhile, how do you know that it's actually acceptable? So these are the little things we help with, the stumbling blocks that do come up that we
right.
help
And
with, you know.
it seems like a small stumbling block, but it can feel like a mountain when you're in it.
And it's time consuming, right? You got a
Very.
family, you got a career, and you want to just keep things moving. And that's kind of what we help with. So go ahead and refresh. We're gonna assume that you uploaded some C service. We're
Okay.
gonna mark that off as green. And by the way, if you had a question, we're easy to be reached, right? So we'll develop a relationship. We're here to hold your hand. First aid and CPR is required to have been taken in the last 12 months with a Coast Guard approved course. If you upload one
Mhm.
that's not approved, our team will let you know it's not good to go. Oh, we're going to mark your Coast Guard fees off as received as well,
Oh, okay.
because you bought that when you did the initial payment. I just want to show you if we pop in a drug test order for you,
Okay.
what happens when we send you something.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm going to upload, it's not going to be your order, it's going to be somebody else's order, but just
Okay.
as a sample. So do me a favor, go ahead and refresh your portal.
All right.
Once we start uploading stuff to you,
Yeah.
there'll be a section documents from DMS. So scroll down below the roadmap. There's a
Document.
drug test order. So anything we send you, we're going to send you a pre-filled medical, right? We're going to send you a drug test. We might send you other sample forms for you. It'll always be
Yeah.
in this section.
Okay. So I clicked that I. It brought this up. View PDF. Boom. There's the drug test form. And here's the
Yep,
barcode.
that's the barcode.
Cool. And
Yep,
then
and that's
here's
it.
the
There's no
medical
sensitive
review
information on that
officer.
form. Um, and then everything's dialed in for us. We'll get the test results 2 or 3 business days later. Easy.
Yeah, this is you. That's the medical review officer. So this is all good to go. And this is, you get this pretty quickly after buying the drug test and everything.
Yeah, I would say a few hours, usually no more than 1 business day.
Okay, excellent. And
And
so
again,
I'm
we're
back
here.
in
If
my
you have a
portal.
question, just call us, right? And we could go through it. So here we're
Okay.
gonna we're gonna pretend now. I'm just gonna, let's say we've been working for a couple of weeks together. We got
Yeah,
we got things dialed in, right? You uploaded your
right.
passport. We did the medical. Go ahead and refresh your portal, please, Neil.
Yeah, refreshed.
And you see
Oh,
that now
dang,
after
I got a
working
lot
together,
done.
now we're feeling better about things, right? Meanwhile,
Yeah,
you don't even know, you're just uploading stuff. We're putting it where it belongs in your application. Go down a little lower. Below everything, you'll see that there's a green button that says, let us know you're ready. Click here to let us know you're ready.
Oh yeah, let us know you're ready. So I got all of that into you. I'm ready. Click here.
Yep.
Clicked it.
And now our team just got a high priority alert. Hey,
Okay.
Neil Smith says he's ready. Let's stop what we're doing. Let's dive into his application. Let's get it fully assembled. Let's get it error checked. Let's get it prepared for submission. If we see something
Yeah.
wrong at that point, we're going to go back to you. We're not going to submit something if we see an error, right? We're either going to,
Gotcha.
fix it. We're going to hook up with you and be like, hey, Neil, we messed up something on the C service or whatever. And then we're going to fix that together. Then we're going to get it submitted. Okay.
Excellent. So now, once it goes into the Coast Guard, I have some waiting to do.
Yes, you do. So once we submit your application, it's going to take about a month before you hear back from the Coast Guard, and they're going to give you a Mariner reference number. Once we get that, we're going to put that into your portal. I'm going to just pick 7 numbers. Here it's 8675309. Happens to be a Mariner reference number. And what we'll do is we'll give you a chance to
Oh,
check your
there it is.
status.
I just refreshed it, and now I have
Yep.
a American number.
And that's permanent, right? So now anything going forward, you can identify yourself by your Mariner reference number, not your social. Do me one favor here. I think you refreshed before I added that option in, so just hit refresh here, and now
Yeah.
you can check the status of
Oh,
your
cool.
application.
So now you're providing a link directly to check the status.
Exactly.
And let's
Exactly.
actually have an open status that you submitted for me for an increase in scope on my master's license. So I can bring up a real account.
Yep. 273-4682.
All right.
Just got to hit single Mariner search. So this is how you'll check it, but you have to wait about a month, right? Nothing happens
Whoa.
quickly at the Coast Guard. I know you're in a rush to get your license. I know it's super important, but the Coast Guard is going through the process, and rule of thumb is figure 90 days to get your application through the system, right?
So I have my reference number, my last name, search. Cool. And this is going to bring up.
It's going to bring up the application status. So you actually have an application for a simple modification on your license. We submitted that for you last month, and here it is. You can see you're waiting SEC. So you're waiting. It's the suitability division, background checks, security clearances, convictions, that kind of stuff. They're just making sure that you can be given this privilege.
So it was about a month ago, nearly.
About a month
2
ago.
days,
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Cool. And this is where it is. Credential status. And then this is my past.
Yeah, you could see some applications, and then eventually, as data starts to drop off in their system, you'll see errors. By the way, this system is often down. It does have sometimes bad information or misleading information. If you're ever wondering about it, you could. Yeah, those are all your old records, and if there's one piece of data that's not in the system because it's been cleared out or purged or whatever, you can see your application IDs, but they can't show you the actual status, right? Because
so I've had a license for like 15 years. So I've had 3 renewals and added stuff to it. So that's this stuff.
Exactly.
Cool.
So, but if you see an error, don't be alarmed. It doesn't mean everything's derailed. You can always call the Coast Guard. We'll give you those resources. You can live chat with them. You can call us for guidance on how to check that. We don't get the day-to-day routine status. We get involved if there's an issue that requires follow-up. We take that very seriously, and we act very quickly to make sure it's resolved properly. We don't submit an application we can't defend. And the best part about this is you're not going at this alone, right? You're not responsible to communicate with the Coast Guard and try to figure out what they're asking for and what they mean. You have professional help. We got this.
Right. So that's how you check on your application status.
Yep.
What else we got, Sam?
Well, if something else comes up after the fact, a lot of people think that they have to wait for the course, to be done. That's not the case. You don't need the course certificate. So notice in your original roadmap, we were not asking for a course.
Right.
We weren't. So
So the best way to do this, you start with the application, and once the application goes in, you essentially have 90 days to finish a course. The course finishes and the application finishes at the same time, and you just saved yourself 3 months in this process.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the application is going to take 90 days to go through the system and get full approval. If you haven't finished the course yet, that's fine. They'll give you 1 year from the approval date to
Right.
finish the course, right? So go ahead and refresh your portal.
All right.
And this is
Cool.
because again, we've been chatting, we have a relationship, we know what's
Yeah.
going on with you. We've put a spot for you to upload your
Oh,
course
cool.
certificate.
Oh, so now all I need is a course certificate.
That's right. That's right. If you're approved to test, we get a copy of that. We're holding on to that. We'll say, hey, now it's time to finish your course. You have a
Right.
year from this point, and you can upload any PDF you want.
How about this
Matter.
Diamond Marine
Yeah,
logo?
you could put a picture, a JPG, GIF, PNG, or PDF. You
Yeah,
know,
it's really cool how your system can take anything, PNG, PDF, JPEG. You could take a picture of it and upload it from your phone, and it,
yeah, you could log into this website on your phone, hit upload, and then in that option, go ahead and hit upload completed course certificate, Neil.
yeah.
On your phone, when you go to choose an option, take a picture will be one of those options because you're on a mobile
Oh,
device and it knows that.
that
And you could just
is
set
so
that
cool.
TWIC card or oath. You get out of the TWIC office and you have the receipt. No
Yeah,
problem. You're in the car, you're warming the car up. You could just log in on your phone, take a picture. It's up. The light just turned yellow, and now you go about your way.
gotcha.
We have it.
Well, cool. Sam, this is awesome. You guys do such a great thing for the marine industry. And it's always a pleasure working with you, man.
Yeah, man. And any questions, anytime, you just reach out. Our team is here to help. We love it. We're full of professional mariners. We're not former Coast Guard,
Right.
workers from the office that just know this process. I make a living, using
Yeah.
my license. So,
You're a pilot on the Hudson River, unlimited master. Yeah, that's right. The biggest vessels that'll fit in the Hudson River.
yep,
That's your
yeah. No,
office.
I pretty much have the highest license the Coast Guard gives, and first class pilotage, and I run ships up and down the Hudson River. So I do this professionally. So that's why we're pretty passionate about it.
Right. Master of Tow on Oceans.
Yep,
AB Unlimited.
yep. 1,600-ton master. Yep, yep. Second
Cool.
mate. So. Well, it's always nice chatting with you, man. If you ever have any questions, let us know. And it's always great working. I think U.S. Cabin Training has literally the best team, behind the scenes to support people going for, AB Master 6-pack up to 200-ton. You guys are just awesome to deal with, and we've heard nothing but awesome reviews from anyone we've sent to you guys. So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Likewise. Sam, we'll talk soon.
All right, bud. Take care, man.
Bye.